Hello, my name is MrGamingGuitarist, and I want to talk to you about a very small indie game that not too many people know about. You know, it's just a little Steam early access thing. It's called The Last of Us. And it was my favorite game of 2013, and recently it pretty much cleaned house at the DICE Awards yesterday. It won every single category it was nominated for, including Best Performance for Ashley Johnson won that for Ellie. Best Sound Design, it won Best Visual, Best Art Design or Visual Concept, whatever it was, the exact words for that topic. And it also won, of course, Game of the Year. And so following that, Neil Druckmann, the creative director and writer for that game, God, he did a fantastic job on that, I need to add. So they were asking him about what's next for the team, because Naughty Dog is split into two teams. Currently there's the Uncharted team and the Last of Us team, and they're asking them what are your ideas for what to come up with next. And so that I don't mess anything up, and because this is very poor camera work and I'm the only person here, I'm just going to turn around and try to find it on here. Hopefully you can still hear me, but so this is from GameTrailers.com, and to quote Neil Druckmann, he said, "We have started brainstorming some stuff." And this was from Eurogamer. He says, "To be honest, some of them are sequel ideas, and some of them are brand new IP. We've spent the last few weeks brainstorming new IP, so we have to get some good steps and see. It's kind of like how we approached Left Behind. Can we tell people a story that's really worth telling and that's not repeating itself? And if we can't, where can we get inspired? What is something that's really going to challenge us and push storytelling in this medium forward? We just wrapped up Left Behind, and Bruce Straley, the game director, and I have been doing this for over 4 years now. So it's just time for a break and to recharge the batteries." So that quote was all from Neil Druckmann, and I apologize if you couldn't hear me that well because my back was turned trying to read that. So, yeah. So my ideas... So how I personally feel is I do not want there to be a sequel, because, I don't know, it's just the entire story and the characters and the performances and the writing and the directing. It was all done it was all so well done and just very well executed, and it ended on such a strong note. It feels like it doesn't need a sequel, because it would almost feel like it would feel like doing more of the same thing. You know, if you just made a sequel to The Last of Us, because we've already been through all of that. And it would almost feel like having a sequel would diminish the art. I don't know if I'm correct in saying this, but this is my opinion, so there's no right or wrong thing to say here. But I'm going to just go ahead and say that if they did end up making a sequel, it would just take away the huge, strong impact of the story and characters from the first game. And so I personally don't feel like there should be any sequels or any new IPs. Or what the fuck am I saying? Any more new sequels or prequels, or besides the DLC, of course. That's just a DLC, not a full-on game. So the best way I could describe this is, like, if there was a sequel, sure, of course I would play it, but I just would rather prefer to not have one. So, because it really doesn't need one. It really doesn't. So, that, and there were a lot of people also asking about if there would ever be a PS4 port of The Last of Us, and there is another quote to go along with that. And Neil Druckmann said, "We have such limited resources, and it's a question of where you put the resources. It's something where we can have a feel of where the demand is and where our time is best spent. It's something that we'll figure out as we move forward." And so, yeah, so they just don't know, pretty much. So you heard the quote from there. So I feel like they shouldn't, I mean, it would be nice to see, but let's just hope that they don't follow the Tomb Raider Definitive Edition thing and just make it be $60 again. That wouldn't be right at all. So I just feel like they should just focus their time on creating whatever the next game is coming from the team that is led by Neil Druckmann and Bruce Straley. If that's how that works. So, their teams, if all employees stay there. So, yeah. Those are my thoughts, my opinions. Let me know what your thoughts and opinions are without being an asshole. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this video. And please, if you like this video, go ahead and press like. If you disliked it, please press dislike. And so, if you have any criticism towards me that is reasonable and constructive, please let me know. And if you haven't subscribed to my videos already, and if you like my videos, please, and if you want to see more that are in this style, which are what a lot of my videos are like, me sharing my thoughts on gaming news that comes out, please go ahead and subscribe. It would really help me out and support me. So thank you very much for watching. I will see you on the next video. Goodbye.